Hey, BassGeek here, and the oldest lure company still in operation came out with a new lure. And I got some other goodies I want to share with you. Let me show you how to fish this thing. Geeks, you know I love topwater, and you know I love Heddon. You put those two things together with a brand new bait, and you know I'm all in. Now, you know I fish a lot of different topwaters, and sometimes when it comes to topwater baits, it's not about reinventing the mousetrap, it's about making it better. And let me tell you, has Heddon ever done that? But first, they sent me the July and August Bank and Creek bag. Man, you gotta see what's in this puppy. Now stick around at the end and I'm gonna give you a 15% off discount that you can get for all this stuff. Now, one thing about the Bank and Creek bag that makes it really unique is it has a lot of custom colors in it. So you get some custom colors. Now, you can subscribe to this. You can buy it one-off if there's some really cool baits in here that you want, or you can go and buy these individually and that 15% off applies to all of it. So now let's pop this puppy open, and by the way, I'll show you these lures. First up out of the bag is a Booyah Finesse Covert spinnerbait. Man, they put the best on these Hildebrandt blades. That's top notch. But this is a great shad color. If you're around grass or around brush, it's always the right time for a spinnerbait. This is a cool little bait from Great Lakes Finesse. Whether you're around largemouth or smallmouth, make sure you check this little bait out. It is a tube, but it is a crawl. It is the 2.5 inch juvie crawl in green pumpkin, orange belly. How many of you geeks out there have got one of these in your box already? This may be a special color, but it's incredible when you're fishing small streams and creeks. Of course, that's the old Rebel Crawl, and that is ditch brown. July and August, you better have a big worm tied on, and nothing is better than a ribbon-tail worm this time of year. One of my favorite ribbon-tail worms is the Yum ribbon-tail worm, and a great color no matter what water you're in, no matter what the water color, June bug. Great Lakes Finesse giving us more great stuff when you're fishing those creeks and rivers. This is the Juicy Hellgrammite in matte black. Around grass, ponds, lakes, the Booyah Poppin' Pad Crasher Jr. in pumpkin seed will catch you some bass. Now, whether you've got forward-facing sonar or whether you don't, something that you need to remember as you get into the dog days of summer, especially on those ponds, that thermocline, if you don't have a lot of current, over top of those deep areas that they normally want to be, especially if they don't have a lot of cover in the pond, so grass or wood, that's when you should be throwing the 3-inch forward-facing sonar minnow, and this is one of my favorite colors, sight minnow. I'm telling you geeks, put it on a ball head, throw it out there, count it down, and just start shaking and reeling. You're not gonna believe how many bites you get from this. I'll tell you what, I'm glad they sent these just the right size. I love that black head that Great Lakes puts on. Perfect for our stealth minnows that I love so much. And this is their ball head jig in matte black. Man, did they put the hardware in this bag for you. This is the Pro X 3/0 hooks. Next up, something else from Great Lakes. This is the tube head to go with those juvie crawls, and this is called the mini tube head. And as always, to go with that ribbon tail, you gotta have some bullet weights. They also toss in some free stickers. Geeks, I want to talk to you before we go on about Ionic lithium batteries. Listen, I've got the charger, I've got the crank, I've got the trolling motor, I've got the 16 volt, and if you watch any of my fishing videos, you'll see we fished for 12 hours today. It dropped to 16.2. Would you call that a drop? Make sure you go check them out. So far, and we've had them for 3 months now, they've been incredible. I can get you 5% off with this code. Go check them out. Ionic. Now you're going to understand what I mean by build a better mousetrap, and that's exactly what they've done. I love this version right here. Now, I opened this box, I've been fishing this already, so let me just say I don't remember the name of this color. So I will put it right here somewhere when I get home and I'll look it up. But this is one of my very favorite colors because I fish ultra clear water, and you can see how translucent it is. Let me show you some of the colors that they sent me. This is citrus silver. One of my favorite colors right here, especially around bluegill feeders. This is a killer little bait. This is bluegill fry. For those bright and sunny days, always gotta have a chrome. And this is black shiner. How about those overcast low light or night fishing? Black and white herring. And last but not least, you've always gotta have a bone. So this bait is based off of the Spitting Image. It's an incredible little walking bait, very tight, very narrow, great little bait. And so what they've done is they've brought that same sort of body into this. Some of the improvements that they've made is they've put on an oval split ring. They've upgraded the hooks on this bait. But most of all, where it really counts is the tail. This tail is hard, so it's got a pretty solid plopping action, but it leaves bubbles no matter what because of the hole in the tail. That may not seem like a lot right there. Let me show you how good this thing looks and sounds in the water. So I know most of you know how and when and where really to fish these style baits, but I'm gonna give you a couple, three of the retrieves that I really like and seems to pay off for me. The first retrieve, it's gonna be a good slow retrieve. You're just gonna throw it out there and you're just gonna reel it back nice and slow. Number two, it's gonna be a stop and go. So you're gonna reel it a little bit and stop it. Reel it a little bit and stop it. You're going to change your cadence, so don't get caught doing the same sort of time intervals in stops and goes. The next, I really love this for open water, is I'm gonna give it a quick burst and I'm just gonna stop. A quick burst and I'm just gonna stop. When I'm fishing for suspended bass out over deep water, that seems to kill. When it comes to hook set, a side to a 45 is what you want. Keep the rod tip in the water. These are treble hooks. They will throw them. Have your net man ready, or be careful pulling them out with your thumb. One of the places where these shine, windy days. Better than a buzzbait, better than a walking bait, windy days. These things are incredible because they float and they'll cut through the waves. So if you want to see all the goodies that was in the last Bank of Creek bag, make sure you check out this video right here. And as always, questions and comments in the comment section below. I love to talk fishing with you geeks. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so you get the notifications when these videos come out. 100% Watch Squad. Be part of them. Love you geeks. And as always, you geeks rock.